Hey guys, George here. So this is a new cool finds slash haul video. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. It's different stuff from Half Price Books, my local comic book shop. But here's something that I found at GameStop. So this is actually Green Lantern John Stewart, and he's actually right here. So if you don't go to GameStop a lot, there's actually a lot of really cool sales at GameStop. I don't even buy the games at GameStop. I mainly go for the collectibles. And I picked up this John Stewart and I got him on sale for like 10 bucks, I think. But he's really cool. I kind of want to get one of those NECA figure stands so I can like figure pose him and all that stuff. But he looks really cool. The DC Multiverse figures, they're just phenomenal. I think they're incredible articulation. I think Todd McFarlane has done a great job with these action figures. And unfortunately, I want to collect them, even though I'm trying to stay away from picking up too many of these. But yeah, this John Stewart looks incredible, so that's why I grabbed him. The other thing I picked up that I thought was really cool is this Charizard. I picked this up at Half Price Books, and I paid like 15 bucks for him. So it has a weird little screen here. I don't know why that is, and I'm trying to debate if I want to actually take him out of the box, because Charizard's one of my favorite Pokemon. I definitely love Squirtle and Pikachu, but I think this Charizard looks really cool. Unfortunately, I don't really like the way the Pokemon Funko Pops look, so I don't really grab them too much. I'm not that big into Funko Pops, but I actually really like this Charizard here. So I'm debating if I'm going to let him out of the box or not. Okay, and now it's time for the comic books. Oh, almost time for the comic books. This other book I got is really cool. It's actually How to Self-Publish Comics, Not Just Create Them by Josh Blaylock. My friend Joe from, I believe, he also has a YouTube channel. I'll try and tag it below, but he's also making his own comic book. He recommended I purchase this book. He said it taught him a lot, and so hopefully I get a chance to read this and hopefully pick up some stuff too. And here's some of the comic books. So if it's like in a bag and board and I got it from my comic book shop, it's something that I actually really want to collect instead of read. And if it's not in a bag and board, it's something I want to read. But I picked up this DCeased #3 with the variant cover for a cover price. And I really love the X-Men homage cover here. This is one that I can't wait to read. DC vs. Vampires All Out War, issue 4 of 6. Very cool Mary Marvel cover. Next one, Alien issue 2. And this is like a new volume of the Alien series. I actually really love these Bjorn Barons covers. I think they look phenomenal. DCeased War of the Undead Gods, #3 of 8. I paid cover price for that. I just love that cover art and I can't wait to read it. And this one I actually got for collecting. Issue 3 of Predator. I actually haven't read the first issue. I have it sitting there, but I'm just picking these up as I go because I do want to read them. This one right here was pretty interesting. Crypt of Shadows issue 1. This one's actually a thick, a chunky boy of a book here. And I just like that it has Marvel's supernatural heroes here. You see Man-Thing up there, Werewolf by Night, some of the other characters. And I'm wondering, oh, there's Elsa right there, Elsa Bloodstone. But with Werewolf by Night coming out on Disney Plus and Blade on the horizon, and then Blade teased in Eternals, I'm just wondering how the Marvel Cinematic Universe is teasing these supernatural characters and how they're planning on bringing them in. And I'm wondering if we're going to get any clues to that in some of these comic releases. Next one I paid cover price for is Avengers X-Men Eternals Judgment Day. This is issue 5. Really cool Mark Brooks cover. This next book was something I wanted to read. It has a nice cover too, but I don't know anything about it. It's from Ablaze Comics. It is The Boogeyman issue 1. Next one is issue 1 by Philip Kennedy Johnson of Alien. Love that cover art there. Really awesome cover. I think that's Bjorn Barons. Survival Street issue 2. Definitely can't wait to read this one. The next 3 are from Half Price Books. I believe this was San Antonio. Their stock was very limited. But I did pick up these books. Ghost Rider. This is from the Civil War era. And I paid $1.50. I believe that's a Arthur Sudam cover. So these two were not marked, and she said half cover price, but then she actually ended up giving me these for 50 cents a piece. And cover, yeah, it's a little bit more than half cover price, but it's Adventures of Superman 497 and Adventures of Superman, or just Superman #74. This one I picked up at my local comic book shop also. It's DC vs. Vampires issue 10. I just love the Supergirl cover. Phenomenal cover. This is another phenomenal Mark Brooks cover. It's Avengers X-Men Eternals Judgment Day issue 6. And this is another book that I was reading, Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead. This is issue 2 of 6. And I can't wait to read this one. I read the first issue and I talked about it a little bit, but I haven't read this one. And DC versus Vampires, issue 10 of 12. Really like that cover art too. So this one I also haven't read, but I'm looking forward to reading. It's Creepshow issue 2. Really cool, electrified cover. This next one I actually did read and talk about in a short video, but it's Moon Knight Annual #1. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. If you want to know more about what I thought, you can check out that video. But yeah, really cool cover art. This one I picked up and I want to read and talk about. I haven't done either yet, but it's Night of the Living Dead issue 1 from, issue 1 of Resurgence. I guess it's like a mini series. I think this is like a prequel to the original Night of the Living Dead, which is why I really wanted to check this one out. But it's from American Mythology Productions, and I paid cover price for that. So this next one I picked up from Half Price Books, and I really don't know much about this character. I used to see this character a lot, but I never knew much about this character, and I haven't really seen any recent activity about this character. But it's Dawn, and it's from Joseph Michael Linsner. I love his artwork. I think it's incredible. But yeah, this is Dawn. Let me see. Every time I died, I thought of you. I'm not sure if that's the story. Oh no, this is Dawn, Lucifer's Halo. But the artwork in here looks phenomenal, so I definitely want to talk about this one. And I paid $9.99 for this. Next one, Sabretooth and the Exiles, issue 1. I definitely want to read this. I'm wondering what's going to happen with Sabretooth since he's escaped the Krakoan prison. This one right here, this one fell. I was going to collect this one, but it fell, so the corner's really bent, or at least to me, it's pretty bent. But man, this Fantastic Four cover by Alex Ross is glorious. I love this cover art. The colors, everything about this cover is phenomenal. But I haven't read it yet, so I'm looking forward to reading it. Next one is Wildcats. I actually started reading this one, but I never finished reading it, but I am looking forward to it. I was so happy that they brought the Wildcats back, and I think it's like a new roster too. But I love the Wildcats in the 90s. They were my favorite Image book along with Gen 13. So I'm excited that they made a comeback with DC. This next book is not in a bag and board because I want to read it, but I actually have one that is bagged and boarded. But it is the Death of Superman 30th Anniversary Special. I love the Dan Jurgens cover art. I'm not sure if this is remastered or if he actually produced this new artwork, but it just looks really cool. And there's like a gatefold cover here showing the battle. So I thought that was pretty awesome. This one was a free giveaway for my LCS. This was for, I guess, the Halloween Fest. Devil Dinosaur Moon Girl, issue 1. And here's issue 4, Predator. I definitely need to read this. I think I have read issue 1, but I just never made a video about it. And issue 4 of Survival Street. Man, this cover art is so awesome. This is a Stan Sakai cover, and that's why I picked this one up, but it's issue 4 Predator. And it just looks phenomenal. You can see that really cool Predator art where he's fighting samurai. This is actually one of my favorite Storm covers. That's why I picked up this variant. It's X-Men Red, and this is the dual variant. It's issue 8, and I paid cover price for that. This is probably one of the most interesting finds I've ever found in the wild. I've actually never seen it before until now. This is Independence Day issue 0, and I think this is like a prequel issue. It's pretty hard to find. I've actually never seen it before. They had some of the other issues, but they were banged up. And I just thought this was interesting, and for $1, I thought I'd take a chance on it. This is definitely probably one that a collector's out there looking for. This one I paid $2 for. I thought it was one of those special Jim Lee variants, but no, this one's like it's not too significant, but it's Venom 152, and it has a really cool Polaris variant from Jim Lee. Really nice. And this is just the bagged and boarded version of the book. Looks really nice. And this next book, Gunslinger Spawn number 14. And man, this Bjorn Barons cover is incredible. I don't know why, but I think Violator's pretty cool, and this cover just looks fantastic. This next book I also picked up from, I think this was an eBay store, just like the How to Self-Publish Comics, but it's Stitched Volume 1. What's interesting about this is that it is from Avatar Comics, and I'm not even sure if Avatar is publishing comic books anymore. I'm not sure if they're like a dead publisher, but they had a lot of really cool stuff. They've had a lot of really cool stuff. If you like the Cross series or anything like that, this is something that's kind of in that same vein. It's Stitched. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. So these next finds are pretty cool. This is from the Austin Half Price Books location. So they always have strange pricing on stuff. Some stuff seems like astronomically priced, and then other stuff's not so much. But what's interesting about this one is it didn't have a price tag. So when they looked it up, they ended up giving it to me for $1.50. It is X-Men issue 80. But what's cool about this one is it is the Dynamic Forces version of the book. And I actually picked up a few of these issues. So the reason I grabbed these Well, I'll show you the books first. Vision issue 1. This is the Icon series, or this is issue 1 of 4. Really cool cover art, actually. Vision issue 2 of 4. This one is Spawn Blood Feud number 1. Paid $1, or I got that one for $1. This one for $1 also. This is Spawn Blood Feud issue 4 with a cool Tony Daniel cover. Spawn number 18, I paid $1 for that one. Spawn number 8, I paid $1 for that one. They actually had a good run of Spawn on there. X-Men issue 1, paid $1 for that one. Spawn issue 7, paid $1 for that one. Spawn issue 6, I paid $1 for that one. And Spawn issue 9, I paid $1 for that one also. First appearance of Angela. And we're down to the home stretch, but here's Spawn issue 14. Really cool Violator clown cover. And so these next few books are actually really interesting. These are books I've actually never seen in the wild before, and I think they're actually pretty rare, but you can let me know what you think when you see them. Poison Elves issue 1. Poison Elves issue 6. Poison Elves issue 4. Poison Elves issue 3. Poison Elves issue 2. So there was a lot of really interesting finds there. So the Vision books I picked up, I actually did get all 4 of those, but I'm not sure where the other ones are. I might have misplaced them. But I did get all 4 of the Vision books. So with Vision being in the MCU, kind of in limbo in the MCU, they're going to probably tell some more stories of Vision, and who knows where they're going to go with the story. But it's possible that they could pull from that miniseries for more Vision stuff, for more Vision story beats. So that's why I picked that one up. Also a really cool cover, and I got it at a good price, or $1.50. So there's some really interesting stuff. If you are familiar with Poison Elves, I'd love to know more about those. I'm not really familiar with Poison Elves. I do remember they actually had a card series, because one time I bought a random lot of cards and there was a bunch of Poison Elf cards in there. So I don't know much about it, but if you do, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you later.